Are you looking for an athletic scholarship? You're in the right place. This is the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship Podcast, the longest-running podcast on recruiting and athletic scholarships. We're here to help your family navigate the recruiting road all the way to an athletic scholarship. He's a recruiting expert and a dad of a D1 athlete and a newly committed high school athlete that just received an athletic scholarship. He's got a wealth of experience to share. Here's Recruit Me CEO, Brent Hanks.
It's springtime. Welcome to episode 295 of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is one of the many free and inexpensive recruiting education resources that Recruit Me provides. Recruit Me and recruit-me.com is the place you go to get educated about the recruiting process for both high school student athletes and even junior college student athletes and four-year college student athletes because of the transfer portal. I encourage you to take advantage of the free recruiting power pack that is on the homepage of recruit-me.com. Or you can get the free recruiting power pack by clicking on the link below in the show notes. The free recruiting power pack gives you a great start on your recruiting journey. You get a PDF that helps you understand the first 4 things you need to do right away, plus a when and how to use video tutorial and a template for a player profile. Get started today at recruit-me.com. Also, take advantage of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is the world's longest-running recruiting education podcast for parents and student athletes, and it explores every aspect of recruiting and athletic scholarships. The Athletic Scholarship Podcast is climbing toward 300 episodes that cover many subjects that include interviews from college coaches, college athletes, and parents of student athletes. Listen to past episodes on your favorite podcast app or go to recruit-me.com and click on the Recruit Me Podcast tab. So let's get into some spring ideas for recruiting. Spring season is a great time to get your recruiting going. Whether you're in your high school season now or in a club season or preparing for your summer season. If you are in your senior year of high school or your junior year, sophomore, or freshman year, here are 4 things you can concentrate on this spring. Believe it or not, the first and maybe the most important item to work on is your academics. You might think that the most important item for you as a student athlete should be to concentrate on your athletic performance. But without good grades and test scores, the student athlete will not be an attractive candidate to be recruited. If you can't get into the college, then you're not a prospect. What can you do academically this spring season of high school? The main thing is to finish the year strong. If you're a senior, committed or uncommitted, do not get senioritis and not finish strong. Just because you have committed doesn't mean that your academics can affect your eligibility to get into your school. Your grades can affect the amount of academic scholarship money you will get at your school of choice. Like my youngest son's school that he is committed to, his academic scholarship money is tied to his regular high school GPA, and the money amount will be finalized with his ending high school GPA. Knowing whether academic money is tied to your high school GPA, your high school weighted GPA, your high school class rank, and or your ACT or SAT scores is an important piece of the puzzle to know. Learn this information as early as you can. How do you find out this information? You ask. Asking the coaches and the administrative office during your recruitment is a great way to show the coaches you hold academics as a prominent part of your overall package that you can bring to the team. Many student athletes want to take their senior year off or take it easy their senior year, but make sure you stay in practice your senior year. You wouldn't expect to take off half of a year in your sport and then do well right when you come back. Many sports, when you get to college, will start in the summer of your college freshman year. So be ready both athletically and academically to compete in both the classroom and the field or the court. Finishing strong your freshman year of high school or your sophomore year of high school or even your junior year of high school are important too. There are credit requirements that you must meet to be eligible to play in college, and not taking classes or not getting good grades throughout your early high school years can put you in a hole and again make you not attractive as a prospect. There is another player out there with your skill level and your size, so academics can set you apart from the competition. Finish strong on grades this spring. Now let's talk about your athletic abilities. Whether you're in season or out of season, you can work to get better. Keep improving this spring. Where I'm from, we have spring high school season sports of baseball, boys golf, girls soccer, boys tennis, and boys and girls track and field. There are high schools in our state that have inline hockey, lacrosse, rugby, ultimate frisbee, volleyball, and water polo in the spring too. So if you're a junior or a senior and are looking for an opportunity to play in college, look to make an impact for your high school team. Find ways to help win games, put up stats, and be a leader on your team. A good word from your high school coach is always a good thing. If you are a freshman or a sophomore, you are probably not getting in the recruiting mix right now. Unless you are a top performer as an underclassman, use this season, whether it is your freshman team, JV team, or varsity team, to learn the game. Learn to be a great teammate and improve every day. Learn from your juniors and seniors on how the game is played. Don't be worried about whether college coaches are in the stands. Continue to work extra on your specific sports skills and get stronger and eat right to gain or maintain weight. If you are out of season in your sport, there are many ways to work on your game. I think the weight room in any sport is essential. I don't think anyone has entered college too strong. Remember, you will be competing against older college athletes that are already mature both physically and mentally. Work on your own workout habits. Start developing workouts and studying habits, and even eating habits that will carry over to college. Get healthy. If you have some injuries, you need to get rehab or rest. So spring is a good time to get rehab or rest before the summer season starts. An unhealthy body can turn into bad habits and bad fundamentals. Another thing is look into getting individual lessons to help improve a skill or skills in your sport. And another spring item you might do is research skills and mental techniques that will help you in your sport. Okay, also this spring you need to communicate with college coaches. If you are in the advanced stages of recruitment, a high schooler's junior and senior years are the main times or stages of the recruiting process. There are definitely exceptions, and I have said many times, if there are 100 student athletes, there will be 100 different journeys. One of the indicators of whether you are in the stage to contact college coaches is that if you can fill out all or most of the boxes on the player profile. You can get the player profile in the free Recruit Me Power Pack at recruit-me.com. If you are in season and in the recruiting stage, this is a great opportunity to make sure that you send your spring schedule to all the schools on your list and the schools that you have been in contact with. Updates of games, your performance, or a series of games or matches is appropriate at this time. These updates are real brief highlights of your performance along with an acknowledgement to the coach of his or her team's performance, since most of the college teams are in season also. You can email or DM the coaches with your highlights, and don't forget about any athletic or academic awards that are given out at the end of the school year. Invite college coaches to your games if they are nearby to where the contest will be held. Also, let the coaches know if the games or matches will be live streamed and give them the link to that event. So that is what you do if you are in season and in the prime part of your recruitment. If you are in season and in the early stages, especially your freshman or sophomore years of high school, then you are probably not communicating with coaches yet. But you should be working on and researching your school list and researching the programs that you are interested in. Now, if you are out of season, an occasional hi update to a coach is a good strategy. I'm not a big advocate of sending or posting the, quote, I'm working hard videos, unquote, that contain a few swings, a few made shots, or a squat or a bench press video. Others may disagree. As your summer schedule gets put together and published, then this is the time to send your summer schedule and invite the college coach to your games. Both of my sons use their summer travel schedule to add colleges to their list of colleges to research and to add them to the communication list of schools. As a matter of fact, Parker's contact to Northwestern came from an email he sent to Northwestern because he was going to a showcase in the Southwest Chicago area. He researched 5 or 6 schools in that area, emailed all of them, and invited them to come watch him pitch. Northwestern responded to Parker's email and ended up coming to watch him pitch, and that is the school that Parker ended up at and is now a senior in school and on the baseball team. This spring is a time to make sure that you have your college list up to date, researched, and that your schedule and introductory email, updates, and player profiles are ready to be sent at a moment's notice. Spring is a good time to edit your video clips from your high school season and make a plan on how you will capture video during your summer season. So use this spring and go out and plan on communicating with coaches. This advice for spring may be the hardest thing to do for the student athlete. The advice I want to pass along is the high school student athlete has to go get help in the recruiting process from a parent or a mentor. You, the student athlete, have to ask someone to help. You cannot do the recruiting process alone. Even with my Recruiting 3.0 system, and just you, the high school student athlete, cannot handle this alone. By the way, parents, you cannot take the whole burden of the recruiting process alone either. This is a team effort. Any adult help, parent, relative, coach, or coaches, is a must for this journey. I just recently got an email from a parent saying she was concerned that she would not have time to take this on. My advice was to make sure that she got the student athlete involved. Both the student athlete and the adult helper, parent or coach, can use this spring to communicate with each other, research recruiting by listening to these podcasts, studying the free Recruiting Power Pack, and getting and using the Recruit Me 3.0 athletic scholarship system. In last week's episode 294, there was a great piece of advice from a parent. Patricia said, "Your publication, the Recruit Me Athletic Scholarship System, was a tremendous tool to use when my daughter was going through the recruiting process last year. It explained very clearly what needed to be done, when and what to expect through the whole process. I'm the one that read the manual and helped my daughter put her package together, but then she took over and did everything that needed to be done. She took over the emails, the updates, and the phone calls to the coaches. That's important because it shows how much the student athlete really wants it. My daughter is a senior in high school now and was recruited early last year to play lacrosse at a top Division I school." Some other advice I give to student athletes is that they have to put down their phones and sit down with your parent or your mentor and make out a recruiting plan. And I tell them, kids, there's no eye rolling at your parents, and parents, there's no eye rolling back. The student athlete must do research, write the emails and updates, and talk to the coaches. The parent or the mentor gets to be the scheduler, the proofreader, and the counselor. Teamwork is essential. These 4 items are a great way to take on recruiting this spring. Number 1, take care of academics. Number 2, work on your skills. Number 3, communicate with college coaches. And number 4, get help from a parent or a mentor. This episode was catered to give advice to mainly the student athlete, but parents and mentors need to know the plan. So I encourage you to pass this episode along to either a student athlete or a parent. Join me next Tuesday on your favorite podcast app, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, or TuneIn, or on recruit-me.com for episode 296. Episode 296 will be Spring Cleanup. I will go over things to do this spring season that are catered more to the parents or the mentors that are helping student athletes to get recruited. I encourage the student athlete to listen to find out how the team concept needs to be engaged. My intent with Recruit Me is to provide you with as many free and inexpensive resources to answer the how-tos, the when-tos, and the how-oftens. Along with these free resources, Recruit Me has the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System. The Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System is the cornerstone of Recruit Me. Now, the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System is not free, but it's only $127, and it is a very inexpensive resource that is a proven step-by-step solution to control your recruiting process and get you an athletic scholarship. John Fugler, the original owner of Recruit Me and the original podcaster of the Athletic Scholarship Podcast, developed the Recruit Me 3.0 system. There are videos he made that are how-to videos that make it easier to get recruited. Along with the videos is a 200-plus page manual with a workbook full of templates to help you not have to reinvent the wheel. This step-by-step manual has the 10 myths about athletic scholarships, the 7 steps to an athletic scholarship, a chapter on how and when to use videos, how to choose the right camps and showcases, how to register with the eligibility centers, parent-athlete teamwork advice, advice for foreign and international students, junior college students, and homeschool students. The manual also covers the importance of your academics, how stats impact your recruiting, what to ask a college coach, recruiting rules, and how to study in high school and college. So don't spend thousands of dollars on a recruiting service. Give the Recruit Me 3.0 Athletic Scholarship System a try. I have a combo special where you not only get the Recruit Me 3.0 system, but you get a $35 valued QR Recruiter Draft Tag. Go to qrrecruiter.com for more information on the draft tag. Give it a try, and if the system doesn't work for you, then there's a 90-day money-back guarantee. And you get to keep the QR Recruiter Draft Tag. Thank you for listening to this episode, and join me next Tuesday on the Athletic Scholarship Podcast.